Hey guys, I tried to give a heads up that I was going to do this, but Facebook was being funny and it wouldn't let me post. So my apologies that there was very little warning on this, but I need to get these cards made and I wanted to include you guys in it. So I'm sure most of you will watch the replay and let me just adjust. Oh, that doesn't help. Okay. All right. Whoa, sorry. Technical difficulties. Also, you might hear some background noise of my child and his dad. Okay, here we go. Just making sure I can see your comments. Yes. Oh, geez. Hello, Teddy. My iPad is not staying in the holder here. There we go. Let's get it in there. Okay, so what I wanted to show you is this brand new kit that is coming. So I try not to show too much stuff in December about things that are coming in January because you can't get them right now. But I want to make some cards. I need to make some congratulation cards, so I wanted to use this kit. So this kit is called You Are Amazing. You can see that there maybe. Oh, maybe not. Hello, Teresa. And it is not an all-inclusive kit in the fact that it does not include the stamp set. It also does not include the ink or the adhesives that you need. So there is an all-inclusive kit in the new mini catalog, which includes everything you need. It's just not the one we're going to be looking at tonight. So this is one of these kits that everything comes in this like adorable box. So you have a place to keep your cards once you've made them. And you make 16 cards. So 4 designs, 4 of each. I really love this kit because they were super bright. And then I also really liked the stamp set. So these are the stamps that come with it. So you can purchase the kit and not purchase the stamp set or the ink pads and just use something that you have. Or you can purchase all of the things and go from there. Okay, so we are going to make 2 of the 4 cards tonight. I need 2 different cards, but I just kind of wanted to show you what is included in a kit like this. So of course you get the envelopes, and they're usually fancy, either fancy lining or so these ones have some color inside of them, which makes them fun. This one comes with twine. And then you have the different things you need to make the cards. So we have some card fronts. We have different little accessories. There's some really pretty peacock foil pieces. Some other pieces there. The pieces that you're going to stamp on. Some gold foil. We have some vellum. And then you have your 4 different card fronts. So we have this one here. We have polka dots. We have stripes. And we have a plain one. Now, we are actually going to be doing a bit of a mishmash because I want to make this card here, but it's for my nephew and I don't think he wants pink stripes. So we're actually going to use these items, but this stamp, and then we're going to make this card. Okay. So we're going to quickly make these cards. I'm going to show you sort of how easy the instructions are to follow and how quick these items are to put together. So like I said, I'm going to use the polka dots, which come with this piece of vellum and the stars. But then because of the stamp I want to use, we are going to use this piece. So it's going to be a little different than the picture, but given that I think a couple pink stars would be okay, but I don't really think my nephew wants pink stripes. And then we're going to make this one, which has these pieces. They both have some twine. And this one also has another piece that I am missing. This big mango melody piece. All right. So, you can see it's pretty straightforward. So that's the beauty of these kits. You get quite a lot of bang for your buck. And if you need to just quickly pump out some cards like I do, it's not going to take you a lot of time. And then the instructions are very easy to follow. So it's sort of like paint by number. It tells you what to do. So for example, the card here, we've got a number 1. So number 1 is stamp your sentiment in Flirty Flamingo. Then we have a number 5, adhere using dimensionals. We have a number 6, which is adhere using seal. Number 9, which is cut the twine and wrap it around here. And then boom, your card is put together. And then the other card we're gonna make, we have a 3, which is stamp in mango. Although we're gonna do this, so we're gonna stamp in peacock. And then we're gonna have some adhering, we're gonna spin some twine around. Okay, so let's make some magic. Okay, so let's start with this guy. So we are going to stamp in Flirty Flamingo. You are amazing. So I don't think my niece or nephew are going to end up watching this. So my niece just graduated with her teaching degree with distinction. So that is very exciting. So I am making a card for her to congratulate her on her achievement. And then my nephew is now, he passed all his accounting exams and he is now a chartered accountant. So also very exciting for him. Look at that font. It's very fun. I really like it. And additionally, they both just bought a house. So they bought a house together, my niece and her fiance, and then my nephew. So my nephew has the upstairs, and then my niece and her fiance have the suite. Yes, so my friend Teresa is watching this with us, and she's commenting that she feels old because her and I were in first year university when my nephew was born, and third year university when my niece was born. So yeah, we are old, but we're fabulous. So it all works out. All right, so then for my nephew, we are going to do this one, hip hip hooray, 3 cheers for you. And we're gonna make sure we're centered. Okay, perfect. So what I also like to do with these kits, and you know, COVID doesn't really allow for it right now, but I have run a class before where everyone bought the kit, and then of course I had the stamp set and the ink. And then what people could do is they could also use any of my other greetings if they didn't want like 4 cards that said hip hip hooray. So that's another option if you choose to buy the kit and not the stamp set, is then you can just sort of play around with your greetings. Okay, so let's go back to the instructions. So we have stamped, yes, and excuse me, now we are supposed to use, what's number 5? Adhere using dimensionals. Okay, so I had some dimensionals here. Although I feel, oh, this is with seal. Okay, so this is just going on flat. And of course, you could change that up if you wanted to. If you didn't want to do it flat and you wanted to use dimensionals, you totally could. You just want to be careful when you are making your cards. If you make them with too many layers of dimensionals, then you're going to end up having to pay more postage if you want to put it in the mail. Okay? So, sorry. I'll just be a few minutes. So just read a real book. Okay. And then we're going to use dimensionals on this guy. And this one is going to go, so you can decide. It's going to pop off of here. So what I would actually do, and this is going to be flat though. Okay. So I'm going to put dimensional. You sometimes kind of have to think about where things are going and so where you should place the dimensionals. But we're going to be good there. All right. This piece we are going to use seal. I guess it doesn't actually say how we're placing that one down. So again, that's totally up to you. Okay, and this guy, we are wrapping a bunch of twine and then tying a bow. So you just kind of need to leave enough here that you're going to have a tail to tie your bow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe? Well, no. I find too with these kits and the ribbon, they're usually fairly generous with like, cut this much ribbon and then you're like, whoa, that is a lot. So I usually cut what they say when I first make my very first card. And then if I decide that that's way too much, I cut less for all the other cards. And then I end up with extra twine, which I can use on other projects because I love baker's twine. And B, I love twine like this, where it's got 2 different colors. So we've got the granny apple green and the white. I do find, if you're wondering what I'm doing, that twine, at some point it's going to fold on itself. So there's like a sweet spot when you're tying a bow, if you're picky, like I am, with having a good loop. Okay. So you can see that I still think this is too much twine, but that's okay. And then we're just gonna cut the ends. Okay, and then we're gonna bring this over. So that's our card front. This goes on there like that. This goes on there like that. And then this is popped up like that. So number 6 is seal. So that is meant to be down with seal, which I find a little bit interesting because we have all that twine on there. So I'm actually going to use dimensionals, but I am going to put this piece down with seal. So, you know, creative license. I'm finding now, because this seal is quite a good adhesive, I don't actually run it along all 4 edges all the way like I used to do with the snail. Okay, so we're gonna center that. My child likes to read on the iPad using this app called Epic while he has his bedtime snack. So he's not super impressed that I'm using the iPad right now because that's how I can see your guys' comments and still be able to sit down and craft. Oh well, kids, hey? So I am going to pop this up on either side of the twine like that. And then you want to sort of center this. I'm going to keep moving this twine over so it's looking a little bit more like theirs. So they had it so it's sort of lined up with the edge. Really, it doesn't matter, of course. What does matter is that you're straight, which I'm not. Well, matters to me a little, but we'll make this piece straight as opposed to the whole card being crooked. My niece won't care, right? Oh my goodness. You'd think by now I would have this sorted out, right? And then that is just going to go on there like that. So now, though, what is going to happen? Because I put dimensionals there, I either have to double up these dimensionals or move, or just not even have them on there. So because I've just put them down, sometimes you can move them, but I think I've had them on there too long. So they're not even going to stick to anything. Go purposely off kilter. Yeah, I probably should, right? Okay. There, that's straight to that. And now, like I said, because of the extra dimensionals, I'm gonna have to double up these ones. Otherwise, they're just gonna be floating in midair. And that's not cool. Okay, voila. So that is card number 1. Okay, and then we are going to do this one, which is also super fun. So, we're supposed to like wrap this twine around there like a billion times, which seems crazy. Wrap several times, tie in a bow, trim excess. Okay. So again, we want enough that we can tie a bow. This seems a bit crazy. I have spent the better part of today attempting, oh my gosh, to make more and more Christmas cards for my own cards. And then I'm trying to make extra cards so I can donate them to a seniors facility so I can send them some cards to cheer up the folks. But yeah, I also struggle to make simple cards because, you know, I have all these fabulous supplies. And of course I want my cards to have, you know, 8 layers and ribbon and embellishments. So I have, yesterday, I really challenged myself to make some very quick and simple cards using some of the fabulous DSP that is actually retiring, and I think it's like half price right now. The Feels Like Frost DSP. It's very pretty. And so I was using those images and just like stamping right on them and just layering them with pretty colors of cardstock. So I will have those cards up on my blog actually on Monday, and you'll be able to take a look. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this through one more time. And then I have decided that for this card, this is way too much twine. You don't need 24 inches of twine, which is what it said to do. Okay, so that's wrapped around, and now I'm supposed to tie a bow. So we will do that. And again, I'm gonna make this bow quite a bit smaller because it's for my nephew. Perhaps if it was for my niece, I might do it a little bit bigger, but I don't think he wants a card with a super big bow on it either. Okay, there we go. Okay, so when you are using vellum, you have to be careful because the adhesive will show. So you have to just be mindful about where you place the adhesive. So this piece is going to be on with seal. And then on this, it's going to be, this is gonna go on there flush. And then this is gonna be dimensionals. So what I'm going to do, you're gonna see what I'm gonna do. So I'm going to attach that first, and then I will know where to use my adhesive on the back, so that you don't see it through the vellum. This pretty peacock color will be retiring in June, June, which makes me sad. It is one of my faves. So if it is also one of your faves, now is the time to grab paper, ink, ribbon, blends, re-inker before it's gone. Okay, so we are going to do this. We're going to line it up. We want it pretty centered on here. And now once we've done that, we can use our seal in the exact same spots to put this on the card front, because you do not want it where the vellum is. And then we're going to make sure we have the card the right side up so that it's actually opening right. That's the best. I didn't get to do it this year, of course, because of COVID. And also Kiddo told me he probably wouldn't have wanted me to because he's getting too old now. But when I would go into Kiddo's class to make Christmas cards, and they would often do the front of their cards, and then the cards would open the wrong direction. So we have a Father's Day card upstairs that, you know, is meant for a lefty. Pretty sweet though. Okay, and there we go. Then we have this. We're gonna center this on there. And so those are 2 of the 4 cards in this fabulous new kit that will be available on January the 5th. And of course, like I mentioned, so we modified, we kind of switched things around because I didn't want to use pink stripes for my nephew. But that's just, so then you could do that as well, right? You don't necessarily have to make all four the same. You could switch things around and have them a little bit different. All right, thank you for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And I will slowly be showing more and more new things as we progress through the month, and definitely the week between Christmas and New Year's. Don't forget, you guys, the year-end closeout sale is on. So if you want any of those retiring items, this is absolutely your last chance to get them. They will be gone on January the 4th. And any of the ones that are on sale, they will sell out. So don't delay if that's of interest to you. All right, thanks. Good night.